We finished up chapter 3 last week, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We did 3.7 last week.
Yeah.
So now we're jumping into chapter 4, 4.1, writing equations in slope-intercept form. Raise your hand if you can remind me what slope-intercept form is. Yes. Everyone remember slope-intercept form? What does my M represent?
Slope.
Where intercept?
Slope?
The B.
What does my B represent?
Your y-intercept.
My y-intercept. What is a y-intercept?
Where it crosses the y-axis.
Where my graph is crossing my y-axis. Very good. Everyone recall slope-intercept form?
Yeah.
Okay, today we're going to be writing our equations in that form, slope-intercept form. Example 1. Write an equation of each line with the given slope and y-intercept. So letter A, it says slope equals -3. Y-intercept equals 1/2. So can someone raise your hand and give me my answer?
Y equals negative. No. Y equals -3 times 1/2. What? Y equals -3x plus 1/2.
Very good. Remember, we're y equals mx plus b. My slope is m, so m equals -3. My y-intercept is b. B equals 1/2. So I just plug those in to slope-intercept form. Here's my equation. That's it for letter A. Got it?
Yep.
Not bad?
No.
No.
Easy?
Pretty good.
That's it?
Is that as easy as I thought it was going to be?
Is that it?
For this one, yeah.
No.
Letter B. What's my m value? 0. What's my b value?
-2.
Plugging in to slope-intercept form. Someone raise your hand and give me my equation.
Is that y equals -2?
There you go. Oops. Because if we plug in 0 for our slope, what's 0 times x?
0.
What's 0 minus 2?
-2.
-2. Very good.
You did choose the answer.
Y equals -2.
So you just solved that equation.
I did not solve it. No.
You just put it in
I put it in slope-intercept form, but we don't really need the 0x here. So I just kind of simplified it, I guess you could say. So my equation is y equals -2. Question?
Would it be wrong if you didn't simplify it?
I'd probably count it right if you left it like this. I'd probably leave it just like that. Questions on A or B?
No.
Good?
Yeah.
We're finished now.
Nope. Okay, now it gives us graphs. Write an equation of each line in slope-intercept form. So it gives me a line. It wants me to come up with the equation of this line in slope-intercept form. Okay? So, does it blatantly tell me what the slope is?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, wait, no.
Does it say the slope is this?
No.
No, it does not. Does it? Does it blatantly give me my y-intercept?
Yes.
What is it?
It's
For -3.
-3.
what? I'm sorry.
Remember, my y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis. Here's my y-axis. It crosses at -3. So I know that's my y-intercept. Does that make sense? This point right here. Everyone good with the y-intercept?
Yeah.
How am I going to get my slope to put this in slope-intercept form?
Take the points on the coordinates.
Oh.
Do
Take-
the
I'm sorry.
right now.
It's
Y1 minus Y2.
Yep.
I know what it was. I forgot what it was called.
My slope formula. You should have that written down. You should probably have that memorized at some point. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1.
Is this what we're doing today for assignment?
Probably.
So review.
Huh?
A review then?
Kind of. What's my second y value? My y2?
Negative, or 3.
3. Could you have said negative 3?
Yeah.
Yep. Doesn't matter which order pair we put in which order, as long as we keep that same order throughout our whole formula. So what's my second, or my first y value?
Negative 3.
Negative 3.
Oh.
What's my second x value?
4.
4 minus, what's my first y value? 0. If I have two negatives right next to each other like this, what happens? Becomes positive. Stay, change, change. So what's 3 plus 3? 4 minus 0. 6 over 4, what does that reduce down to?
3 halves.
3 halves. So what's my slope? You could put plus negative 3 or just minus 3. And there's my equation of my line. Questions on that? Is there another way I could have found my slope here?
Yeah.
How? Yep, I could use my rise over run just looking at the graph. I could see how far I rise from this point to get to this point, and how far I run to get to that point. So how far am I rising here? Let's count it real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How far do I run? So rise over run, 6 over 4. That's what I got over here.
That's so easy.
And then you ask yourself, what does slope dude say on this line? He's puff, puff, positive, so I know my slope is positive. Does that make sense? Someone have a question? Thought I saw someone's hand up. Questions on A?
No.
Letter B. Can I erase my work in the middle?
No.
Is this making sense?
Yeah.
Okay, what's my y-intercept on B?
2.
Positive 2. Everyone understand where we're getting the y-intercept from? It's where it crosses my y-axis. So right here. Do you guys want to use rise over run or our slope formula? Rise over run. So how far am I rising to get from this point to the next point? 3. How far am I running? 4. And then what does slope dude say on this line? Nice negative. So it is negative 3/4 for my slope. Or, I heard someone say it, since I went down 3, it's like it's a negative 3. Right 4 would be a positive 4, so it still gives me negative 3/4.
Does it matter what point you go to? So like on the bottom point you go up 3 and then
Yep.
over. So you can do it.
Because if I go up 3, that's a positive 3. Left 4 would be a negative 4, so you still get negative 3/4. So it doesn't matter which point you start from. Nope. You can start from any point. So what is my equation? Very good. Y equals negative 3/4 x plus 2. Once again, you could have used your slope formula. You could have gone 2 minus negative 1 over 0 minus 4, which would give you negative 3/4 as well. Once again, you can use your formula or rise over run. Make sure our heads are up, please. Make sure we're all paying attention. Questions on example 2? Still understanding it? Still pretty easy?
Yes.
Example 3. Now we're just giving two ordered pairs. We're not giving a graph. It doesn't say, hey, this is your slope. Hey, this is your y-intercept. But it still wants us to write an equation of each line that passes through the given points. So how do you think I'm going to have to find my slope here?
You do the x, the y2 minus y1 x.
Got to use my slope formula here.
That.
Got to use it here. Unless you graph it and find the slope from your graph, that's a little excessive because we have our slope formula that we can use. So what's my y2? My second y value? Negative 1. What's my first y value? 5. Over what's my second x value? 0. Minus what's my first x value? Negative 3. Everyone okay with plugging into the slope formula?
Yes.
Negative 1 minus 5. Negative 6. 0 plus 3. Negative 6 divided by 3. Negative 2. So my slope is negative 2. How do you think I'm going to find my y-intercept? Very good. Anytime I have a y-intercept, what's my x value? 0. So I look for the ordered pair that has a 0 in the x position. So what's my y-intercept in this case? Negative 1. Because it's 0, negative 1. Does that make sense? Later on in this week, we'll figure out what to do if I'm not given a y-intercept. But for today, you'll be given a y-intercept. What'd you say?
Can you just graph it?
Nope. There's another way to do it. But for right now, we're given the y-intercept, so let's use it. So what's my equation here?
Negative 2x plus net minus 1.
Plus negative 1 or minus 1. There's my equation for letter A. Any questions there? Still pretty easy. Yes?
Where were we putting the y-intercept?
This ordered pair, 0, negative 1. I know that's my y-intercept because it has a 0 in the x position. Anytime x is 0, that's going to be on my y-axis, correct? So I know that's my y-intercept. Questions on A? It's a good question. Letter B. We're almost done, guys. What's my second y value? Negative 5. What's my first y value? Negative 5 as well. What's my second x value? Minus what's my first x value? 0. It's negative 5 plus 5. 0. 8 minus 0. 0 divided by 8.
Undefined.
0. If 0 is on the bottom, it'd be undefined. But since it's on top, it is 0. And what's my y-intercept in this case?
Negative 5.
Negative 5. Because I have the ordered pair 0, negative 5. So, can someone raise your hand and help me out on my equation?
Y equals negative 5.
Very good. It'd be y equals 0x minus 5, which would go down to y equals negative 5.
So either way is correct.
Yep. I'd accept it this way or this way. Okay? Questions there? Still not too bad? Can I move on? Last one. We're almost done. This is the last one, I promise. Write a linear function f with the values f of 0 equals 10 and f of 6 equals 34. Does anyone have any idea? I'm going to start this problem, approach it, anything like that.
Put it in slope form.
We're going to be getting an equation in slope-intercept form. We got to find our slope, we've got to find our y-intercept. But I'm given f of 0 equals 10 and f of 6 equals 34.
When it says f of 0 equals 10, that means the starting value is 10, and that after the input of 6 is 34.
Wait, say it again?
That the starting value is 10, and after an input of 6, the value is 34.
Okay, so how does that help me? Yeah, you're on the right track. You are on the right track.
Your x-intercept is 10.
Now my x-intercept,
Your y-intercept.
y-intercept is 10. So what's the ordered pair for a y-intercept of 10? 0, 10. Very good.
4.
Do I know another ordered pair?
634.
634. Very good. Remember, when we plug into function notation, we plug in x values. And whatever we get out, that's our y value. Okay, put your phone away. Does that make sense? So x value is right here. Y value is what we get out. Input is x. Output is y. Everyone good with that? So does everyone understand where I got these ordered pairs from?
Yes.
Now this just looks like a problem I just did on my previous slide, right? I can find my slope. I know my y-intercept. So what's my second y value? 34. Minus, what's my first y value? 10. Second x value? First x value? 34 minus 10?
24.
6 minus 0? 24 divided by 6. Slope of my line is 4. Everyone good with that? What's my y-intercept? 10. So what's my equation?
Y equals 4x plus 4 is 10.
Close. I want to say function f. So I'm just going to change this y to f of x. Okay? Any questions there? So make sure you pay attention to the directions. If it wants a function f, go ahead and make it f of x. And there's my equation. There's my function. Questions on example 4?
No.
Can I move on? Yep. Here's our assignment. Page 183, numbers 2 through 28 evens. Get this written down for me so I can write, or so I can put the book page up on the board. Hold on one second. This will be due Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, March 31st, on Canvas. Any questions about that? Anyone have any questions about the notes before I stop the recording? Okay.